Hey y'all, it is the weekend and I am about to exercise. I have my mat down, but I'm just trying to get my head together. I am drinking some coffee and I've got to get up and get moving. I'm trying to do a 30-minute session today in the morning. Um, I'm not a morning exercise kind of person, but I am going to try to do this exercise session this morning and get it out of the way, and then I can just do another 30-minute session later. Now, I try to do sessions. So 15, if I'm doing 15 minutes, I'll do it 4 times a day. If I'm doing 20 minutes, I'll do it 3 times a day. And if I'm doing 30 minutes, I'll do it twice a day. I have reduced, I started at an hour and a half and I'm down to an hour. What I have found, I want to talk about what I have found over time. The importance of sleep. I'm a night owl. I like to stay up really late, and lots of times that causes you to lose out on some time sleeping, especially if you have to work the next day. And I have found that once I started getting adequate sleep, that my body just responded better. And at that time, I was able to reduce my time from doing an hour and a half every day to doing only an hour a day. And that's been amazing. So getting more sleep has helped a lot. Don't mind me. I have I have my exercise clothes at the top and lounging at the bottom. So I'm going to just show you what I do in a 30-minute period. No, I'm not going to do 30 minutes of exercising. I'm just going to kind of break down what I'm doing as I'm doing it and kind of cut it up. I've segmented it, so it's very short. I think it's about 5 minutes, but it'll show you the kind of routine that I follow. Why? Because I found when I share movement, how my plan of movement up here, I found that it helps to keep me motivated and accountable. I do watch a lot of exercise channels on YouTube. And by the way, I am not a professional whatsoever. All I'm a professional at is what works for me. And if you want a professional, I say I have 2 specific channels that I am subscribed to that you need to check out. Number 1, Coach Mean Reen. Check her out. Check out her channel. She is exercising live and you can exercise right along with her. Awesome content. And Elizabeth Loves Fitness. Elizabeth Loves Fitness is exercising in every video. Check her out. So check out those 2 channels for professionals. I'm not a professional. But let me get my butt up. Let me finish this last little swig of coffee and just get myself together and start exercising. Okay, for full transparency, I am 49 years old. I am 5'1", and this is my current weight and stats according to my scale. Now, I have had a DEXA scan done, so I know that some of these stats are not accurate, but they are a good guideline for me to use to see where I'm standing. I still weigh less than I did at the end of 75 hard, but I don't really focus on weight as much these days as how I feel in my clothes. But you can see I still have problem areas. It is the time of life where your tummy becomes an issue. I still have pudge around my midsection and some love handles, but I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Now, these days I do still work out 7 days a week to some degree. Some days I'll work out harder than other days, but I usually break them up into sessions that are maybe 15, 20, or 30 minutes. And on this day, I'm just doing weighted exercises. So I pick 5 different weighted exercises and I do those. I set up my Apple Watch for intervals. I do 1-minute intervals with a 30-second rest in between. And I do those 5 exercises for 1 round, and then I go back through and do them again for a second round. So I just select the exercises before I start that I'm going to do that day. A lot of these are upper body, but I do some squats as well. I actually love squats. They are one of my favorite exercises. I also love kettlebell swings. So I'm using a 20-pound weight on my kettlebell swings this time. And so I just do these for the interval. When the interval's up, your watch kind of pings on your wrist and you know that the time is up and it's time for rest. And then I go into the next exercise. So I'm just doing some curls here, nothing major, but I do try to incorporate weight into each thing that I do, because as we age, our muscles tend to deteriorate, meaning we're not as strong. And it's really important as you age to kind of try to incorporate weights into what you're doing, because it builds muscle. It helps to keep your weight in check because of how our body metabolizes with muscle. So that's just something that you can keep in mind. Now, I follow it up with 20 minutes of cardio. I do still incorporate weights. I don't have any 5-pound weights, so what I do is I use 1-pound weighted gloves with a 3-pound weight. That's the closest I could get to 5 pounds. But I do this for 20 minutes. I try to incorporate weight in some capacity in everything that I'm doing throughout, so that's that. So with these, I'll just do 2 sets. I'll do 25 of the sit-ups, and then I'll do 25 of the Russian twist, and that's 25 per side. And that's really all I do. Now look at me putting my feet in you guys' face. I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, I will do this, and I will do another round, and then that will be it. So it's about 30 minutes, and I'm done. So guys, that is an example of what I do for a home workout. I generally do this 2 times a day if I'm doing a 30-minute session, 3 times a day if I'm doing 20-minute sessions, and 4 times a day if I'm doing 15 minutes. But I will do this and another session today. And what I do is if I'm at home, I just break it out. I break out the exercises. I change them up all the time. So I won't do the exact same routine again, but I will incorporate at least the same parts of the body, because I do try to do full body. Sometimes if I'm having a day where I just don't feel like exercising a lot, I might just do cardio. So I do have some, I would say, active rest days in there. But overall, I do try to move my body at least 1 hour per day to just keep myself in the habit of it. And I need to stress, I don't do this because of the physical as much as I do the mental. I have always found that exercising helps me with stress. It helps me to relieve stress and mental blocks and even sometimes depression. And this is not medical advice. This is not medical advice. I am not a professional. but I'm just speaking for myself that it has helped me. And so that is the reason why I do this. And I'm just going to stretch it out now because I'm tired. And I'll catch you all later. Peace.